Mr. Speaker, the hypocrisy.
Just turn one of the mics off, please.
The hypocrisy that one hears coming from that side. The leader of opposition, who shall remain there, maintains that
Hello again, I'm Dudley Thompson, and welcome again to WDT Media TV. And again, please like, share, and subscribe. That sentiment, that was just echoed by Everald Warmington. If the PNP, yes, if the PNP / Rise United does get back to basic politics at the days of Michael Manley and Portsmouth Similar, what Mr. Warmington said could just become the new PNP reality if the PNP don't get back to basic politics and also, importantly, learn how to oppose sensibly and propose better. More on that as the video continues. Don't touch that dial. Many PNP supporters / risers are of the view that Mark Golden did well in the just concluded elections on September 3 because he increased the PNP seat count from 14 to 28 on that premise. According to them, he did well in those elections. But I tend to disagree, because the fact is that he did much better in the Parish Council elections in February of last year. Yes, he did much better in those elections. Let's now compare the figures of those two elections, and you can see clearly where he did much better last year than on September 3. But first, let us say that the Jamaica Labour Party, a JLP, which won 7 of the 13 municipal corporations, won the elections despite losing the popular vote. The Citizens Action for Free and Fair Elections Cafe reported that the local election proceeded with no major incident. There were 365 polling stations. But despite the naysayers' argument, the fact is that the JLP won the election 7-6, not 7-7 to the PNP, according to Mark Golden, and he said he won based on the popular vote. But more on that up shortly. And as I said before, some risers / PNP are of the view that Mark Golden did well on September 3 because he increased the PNP seat count from 14 to 28. As I said to you, I beg to differ. Look at the facts here now. February 2024, last election, the Parish Council elections, the PNP, right? The PNP won 115 seats compared to the JLP's 113. The PNP won the popular vote 326,450 to the JLP's 301,043, and the PNP also yes, they won the popular vote, and also they won more seats, but in fact they lost the election. So you can see here that the PNP, again, let's compare. The PNP won most of the seats, they won a popular vote, and they also had a bigger percentage, 51.8% to the JLP's 47.8%. So the PNP won the bigger percentage, they won the popular votes, they won more seats, but they lost the elections 7-6. Let's compare now to the elections of September 3. The elections of September 3, 2025, where people of the view that the PNP did better, But I differ based on the figures. Look here now. In these elections, the JLP won the popular vote, while in the last election, the Parish Council, the PNP won the popular vote. The PNP also won a bigger percentage. This time, the JLP had the bigger percentage, 51 to 49. Popular vote, 412,000 to 401,000 by about 11,000 difference. All right. But the JLP won the elections. The only good sign for the PNP is that they increased their voting from 14 to 28. But they have lost every single thing. The elections, the popular vote, the percentage. In the Parish Council elections, they won the popular vote, they had a bigger percentage, they won more seats, but they lost the elections. So based on these facts, right? Facts, not my opinion, facts. I can conclude that Mark Golding did better in the Parish Council elections for the PNP than he did on September 3. And this now begs the question, what went wrong with the PNP/Rise United between February last year and September this year? My view is that the PNP had the wrong campaign strategy. And also, in politics, it's the basic to oppose sensibly and propose better. In this PNP's instance, Rise instant PNP instances, they oppose stupidly and propose worse, not better. One example, the rural school bus system. They oppose the rural school bus system, saying they're old buses and they're going to unalive our school children. But what they propose was better than what the JLP had put on the table. Yes, they oppose the taxi system. They oppose the school bus system. But yet still, what they propose was not better than to oppose the rural school bus program. They proposed taxi, and most Jamaicans, when it comes to taxi, they have their reservations. But the school bus, fit with cameras, the parents can get a notification when the child board the bus and exit the bus. But the question now, can you retrofit a man's private car with these devices to say why when the child board the car or leave the car to guarantee the child's arrival at school safe? So again, example, when you're proposing, it must be better than what is on the table by the other side, not worse. That's the PNP downfall over the past year. And they also oppose the government's housing program and propose the rent-to-own scheme, which most Jamaicans don't really believe or say find favor with such a program, rent-to-own thing. And Jamaicans don't really buy into that concept at all. So again, to example, that when you're proposing, you propose better than what is on the table by the other side. Can't be worse. And again, if the PNP still insists on running a smear campaign as against campaigning for elections, what Mr. Warmington said at the beginning of the video might just be the PNP new reality. What say you on that? I'm Dudley Thompson, and again, please like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, thanks for watching.